Hello Internet, and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I read a small snippet of a book and review it with you and talk about it with you. Today we are continuing our journey through The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon, and we will be covering up through chapter 197. I hope you've read up to that point because I do not want to ruin anything for you. Now today's section begins right after Chris had found letters from his mother that proved that she was still alive and his father had lied to him. Chris had gone into a catatonic state where he had excreted liquids out of his body all over himself. That is the cleanest way I can put it. And so his father says, I'm sorry, I didn't know when to tell you, I'm sorry, I wanted to tell you when you were older, and he puts him in the bathtub. Then our section begins where Chris is trying to explain to us, the reader, how his mind works, and how the human mind works with a mind screen, and how people are confused on whether or not a human brain is like a computer brain. It's basically just more backstory about Chris. Then we come back to the actual story. Dad has cleaned off his bed sheets, put Chris in some clean pajamas, set him down in bed. He sits him down and he says, you know, I think this whole episode is teaching us that we need to be completely honest with each other. So I need to be completely honest with you. I killed the dog. And I did this with the book. What? I mean, seriously? And there's still like half the book left. I lost my bookmark. The father lifts up his hand to do the whole hand touch thing with Chris. Chris screams and kicks him off the bed, and father's like, okay, I get it, I'll leave. The father walks out of the bedroom, and Chris is even more freaked out. And he doesn't know what to do because now he believes that he is in the house with the killer, which he is. He decides he's going to run away, but he doesn't know where to run away to, and he doesn't like new places. So he decides to run to the shed in the backyard and chill out there with his rat Toby. While he's there, he can look up and he can see Orion. And he goes into this whole thing about constellations and how they're just complete and utter bullshit. Meanwhile, I'm just like, well, the book's kind of over for me. The mystery was just kind of killed halfway into the frickin' book. There's still at least 100 pages left, and this book is only 220 pages. What the heck else are we going to do with all this extra time? Chris wakes up, and he gets out of the shed, but he's still really terrified of his father. And so he devises a plan in his head to run away and stay with his mother. And he has an address of hers because of the letters that she wrote. He goes around town and he looks for someone to take care of his rat. And he goes to Mrs. Shears, and she's not answering her door. And he goes to Mrs. Alexander, and Mrs. Alexander is talking with him. She says, you know, I don't think this is a good idea. I think we should talk with your father about this. And Chris doesn't want to tell her that his father killed the dog. Oh, and the whole reason why the father killed the dog is because after his wife left, and, you know, because she was having an affair, he wanted to start an affair with the woman that lost her husband to his wife. I am not kidding. He wanted to start an affair with her, and she didn't want to have it. So when he left the house, he got really mad, and he killed her dog. That was it. So Chris can't find anyone to keep Toby, so he goes back to the house, he drops off the cage that Toby is kept in. He puts Toby in his jacket pocket. He goes down and he sees that his father's wallet and keys and stuff are still on the kitchen counter. So he steals his father's ATM card, which he knows the pin to, and he heads for the train station. But he does it trepidatiously because he hates going new places, and he's never been to the train station. And it's kind of a journey for him. He gets to the train station. He talks with the cop, and the cop is like, well, you've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. Are you going somewhere? And he says, I'm going to London. And the cop says, that's great. Do you have a ticket? No. Why don't we help you get a ticket? And so the cop actually helps him get a ticket. He gets his ticket, and he gets on the train. And he can't be more happy. And he's waiting and waiting. And right before the train starts moving, the cop actually catches up to him and says, your father is at the station. He's very, very worried about you. You have to come back, and you have to talk with your father. Chris, of course, is not having any of it. And so when the cop reaches out to grab onto him, Chris screams. And so the cop says, okay, we are going to sit down here. I'm going to sit right next to you, and you are not going to leave my side until we get to the next station, where I will have more cops that can help me. I would say maybe 3/4 of the way until they get to the next station. Chris really has to pee. And one of the reasons he hates going new places is because when he needs to pee right now. He actually starts to pee his pants. The cop is like, that's disgusting, go use the bathroom. So Chris stands up and he walks towards the bathroom and he does his little business thing. He gets out of the bathroom and he hides in the luggage compartment. And so they get to the next train stop. Cop is like running by and he's like, where the fuck is this kid? And this lady walks by and she's picking up her bag and she sees him and she's like, oh my god, you scared the life out of me. He's kind of like looking like this. Other people come, take their luggage or put their luggage back. No one is the wiser. And that is where I'm leaving you. In our next video, we will be finishing this book. So be prepared. This has been Buddy Reads with the purple-haired doofus reminding you to watch your Pajama Radius. And I will see you all in the finale of The Curious Incident of the Dog in Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Toodles!